Welcome to the Lifestyle Herbalist, the podcast where holistic wellness meets everyday living. I'm your host, Dabney-BS, registered dental hygienist, clinical herbalist, and certified health coach. We are passionate about bridging the gap between conventional medicine and plant-powered healing. Whether we're diving into oral microbiome health, the power of adaptogens, or simple steps to vibrant living, our goal here is to help you feel empowered with practical, science-backed, and earth-grown solutions. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Lifestyle Herbalist. Today, I wanted to talk to you about living an abundance mindset. It's really a path to wholeness. I don't know about you, but over the last couple of weeks, I have felt incredibly overwhelmed. And I can't really tell you why or a reason, but I can just tell you that there's just feeling of anxiousness that I don't typically feel. I'm having difficulty concentrating and staying on task. And it's like my mind is all over the place and it's constantly racing to the next thing. And that's really unusual for me. But, life as a human is definitely far from easy. And every day we're confronted with all these challenges. There's financial stress, health concerns, relationship struggles, and the constant pressure to measure up in a world that often feels like it's running on scarcity. We're conditioned to believe that there's not enough time, not enough money, not enough opportunities. This mindset of lack seeps into our bones, and it shapes how we see ourselves and our world. Often we hustle, we worry, when we're comparing. We're chasing after something just out of reach. And we're convinced that if we can just catch it, life on the other side of this invisible finish line is going to be spectacular. But what if the real obstacle isn't just the circumstances around us, but the mindset that we carry with us? Living in scarcity doesn't just affect our bank accounts or our schedules. It takes a toll on our bodies, our minds, and the spirit. Physically, stress from a lack-based mindset triggers things like cortisol spikes. It weakens our immune system and leaves us feeling exhausted. Mentally, it can breed anxiety and self-doubt. And it's a never-ending loop of what ifs. Spiritually, it disconnects us from gratitude, from trust, and from the deep knowing that we are enough and that life is working with us and not against us. Scarcity keeps us small. It keeps us defensive and we're closed off. We're protective and we're not thriving. But abundance changes everything. When we can shift our mind into the abundance side, our entire being responds differently. Physically, our bodies relax. Stress hormones decrease, our heart rate stabilize, and energy flows more freely. We sleep better, we digest better, and move through the world with a grounded sense of ease. Mentally, we trade fear for curiosity, comparison for contentment, and we start seeing opportunities where we once saw obstacles. Spiritually, we feel connected to ourselves, to others, and to something even greater. Abundance isn't just about having more. It's about being more present, more grateful, more open to the richnesses of life. So how does one make this shift? Well, first it starts with an awareness. You have to catch yourself when scarcity whispers, there's not enough. You have to constantly reframe it to say, I have what I need and more is coming. Practice gratitude daily, not in just a performance exercise, but as a deep acknowledgement of the good you already have. Surround yourself with people who operate from abundance because mindset is contagious. Give generously, not just money, but time, attention. Be kind. because abundance grows when it's shared. And most importantly, trust. Trust that the universe is abundant and that you are worthy of its gifts and that your choices today shape the reality of tomorrow. When we live from abundance, we become better people, kinder, more compassionate, more courageous, and we stop competing and start collaborating. We stop fearing loss and start celebrating growth. The world needs more people who believe in enough, who operate from overflow, who remind others that life isn't a 0 minus some game. So today, choose abundance, not because your circumstances demand it, but because your soul deserves it. The shift starts from within, and from there, everything changes. Life as a human is beautiful, yet demanding, and it's one filled with responsibilities, expectations, and constant demands of our time and energy. We have to embrace wholeness in this chaotic world. Between work, family, social obligations, personal goals, it's easy to burn the candle at both ends. We overschedule, undersleep, undernourish ourselves. We mistakenly make things too busy, and we're exhausted for it. Before long, this cycle becomes our new normal, leaving us drained, overwhelmed, and trapped in a scarcity mindset. But when we're stretched too thin, our mental clarity suffers, our bodies rebel, and our spirits dim. We start seeing life through a lens of lack, never enough. Never enough energy, never enough peace. But here's the truth. Abundance just isn't about external circumstances. It's about how we restore and nourish ourselves from within. Overwhelm is the biggest thieves of our abundant life mindset. And back in the beginning, when I was telling you that I was feeling so overwhelmed the last couple of weeks, when we're constantly running on empty, our brains default into a survival mode. It fixates on problems, it's anticipating worst case scenarios, and drowning in mental clatter. Anxiety takes over and gratitude becomes an afterthought. Physically, chronic stress weakens our immune system. It disrupts digestion and leaves us feeling perpetually fatigued. Mentally, it clouds our ability to think creatively, to see opportunities, and spiritually, it disconnects us from the present moment, making it nearly impossible to recognize the abundance already around us. But you don't have to stay here. Small intentional shifts, both in mindset and daily habit, can help us reset and reclaim the abundant way of living. So that quiet noise that you hear, just have to keep it down. But there are ways to support it. There's adaptogenic herbs that have been used for centuries to restore balance in the body and the mind. Gotu kola, for example, is revered in Ayurvedic for its ability to enhance mental clarity and soothe nervous tension. It strengthens cognitive function while gently calming the whirlwind of thoughts that keep us stuck in scarcity. One of my favorites, holy basil, known as tulsi, is another incredible ally. It helps the body adapt to stress, supports emotional resilience, and fosters a sense of inner peace. And my tip-top favorite, personal favorite, is wood betony, which I happen to be drinking right now because of this mental clatter and overwhelm that I seem to be feeling. It's lesser known, but potent herb that has been traditionally used to ease mental fatigue, quiet obsessive thinking, and ground an overactive mind. These herbs don't just mask symptoms. They help recalibrate our nervous system. They allow us to step out of our fight and flight mechanism and into a state where abundance can flourish. When we support our bodies in this way, something remarkable happens. The mental fog lifts. The constant hum of not enough begins to fade, and we start noticing the small blessings, the warmth of sunlight, the comfort of a deep breath, the joy of an unhurried moment. Our bodies respond with more energy, better sleep, and a renewed sense of vitality. We become better listeners, more patient partners, more creative problem solvers. And living abundantly isn't just about ignoring life's challenges. It's about meeting them from a place of strength and trust rather than fear and depletion. So, start by recognizing overwhelm before it consumes you. Pause. Breathe. Introduce nourishing rituals, whether it's herbal teas, a mindful moment, or simply saying no to things that drain you. Get gotu, kola, holy basil, or wood betony to be gentle companions in rewiring your mental patterns. Most importantly, remind yourself daily, abundance isn't a distant destination. It's a way of moving through the world. When we care for our minds and bodies with intention, we create space for gratitude, creativity, and joy to thrive. And from that space, everything changes.